If you are an Indian, you are expected to love curry. If you are an Indian, you are expected to know how to dress a sari. If you are an Indian, you are expected to know fluent Hindi. If you are an Indian, you are supposed to is mathematics. That is how world sees us, whether you like it or not. Respected principal, vice principal, teachers, and my fellow beings. A very warm good morning to one and all who are present here. Today, December 22nd is celebrated as National Mathematics Day. Math is supposed to flow in our blood. Some is supposed to come to us naturally. We all know that it is far from true that most of us run away from math. Indians are no exceptions, but there was one Indian to whom math came naturally. Srinivas Ramanujan. He outnumbered mathematics, excelled in mathematic analysis, contributed immensely to number theory, infinite series, continued fraction, theta function, elliptic function. To Ramanujan, math was as simple as ABC. He was self-taught and he was a genius. Today is birth anniversary of Srinivas Ramanujan, and this is a story. Flashback to 22nd December 1887. A baby boy was born in a small town named Erode in East Madras. His mother Kamalatama and father K. Srinivas Layanga named the baby boy Srinivas Ramanujan. By the time he reached his teen, he was done completing every possible college level math problem. At 15, he started to develop his own theories at home. At 26, he managed to send his work to Cambridge to a mathematician called G.H. Hardy. Ramanujan soon moved to Cambridge, contributed with renowned mathematician there. He also worked on his own research and was subsequently elected to London Mathematical Society. He was the first Indian Fellow of the Trinity College. He conquered maths but succumbed to poverty. Years of malnutrition caught up with him. He frequently fell ill. At 29 years of age, Ramanujan was diagnosed with severe vitamin illness. He returned to India in 1919. He died in April 1920. This is a story of Ramanujan. As today is National Mathematics Day, let me ask a question then, not a mathematical problem. Why is it most of us with phobia of maths? Why is it that students feel sleepy just at the sight of mathematic books? Is it just a thought that the mathematics is so difficult? Think yourself and find the answer for yourself. Thank you and have a nice day.
Assalamu alaikum, a warm good morning to all. If you are an Indian, you are expected to love curry. If you are an Indian, you are expected to know fluent Hindi. And if you are an Indian, you are supposed to ease mathematics. That's how the world sees us, whether you like it or not.
Math is supposed to flow in your blood. Sums are supposed to come naturally to you, and we all know that. Most of us ran away from maths. Indians are no exception. And there was one Indian to whom math did come naturally.
He was Srinivas Ramanujan. He outnumbered in mathematics, excelled in mathematical analysis, contributed immensely to the number theory, infinity series, continued fractions, theta functions, and elliptic function. To Ramanujan, maths was as simple as ABC. He was self-taught and he was a genius.
Today, 22nd December, is his birth anniversary, and this is a story about it. Ramanujan was born in 1887 on a small town called Erode, erstwhile Madras. And by the time he reaches his teens, he was done solving every math problem, every college level math problem. And at 15, he was doing his own theorems at home.
He was the first Indian fellow of Trinity College. He conquered maths but upon to poverty.
Years of malnutrition caught up with him, and he frequently fell ill. At 29 years of age, he was diagnosed with a severe vitamin illness. He died at April 1920, and he was only 32 years old at that time.
While India celebrates 22nd December as National Mathematics Day, the country does not celebrate Ramanujan enough. For that matter, India does not celebrate enough for its contribution to mathematics in general.
And it was an Indian mathematician, Aryabhatta, who discovered the value number 0. And it was an Indian astronomer, Brahmagupta, who introduced the rules for quadratic equation, and he gave the world the sine table, Pythagorean and triples. And why don't we celebrate the Brahmagupta?
What about Bhaskara? He discovered modern calculus. And Satyendranath Bose, C.R. Rao, P.C. Mahalanobis, Shakuntala Devi. The contribution of these Indian geniuses of mathematics is often ignored to the subject.
Researchers say that the phobia of maths are cured from whom? The parents and teachers. And experts say that somehow students are convinced the idea that math is difficult.
Maths is also seen as IQ marker. A student who gets good grade in math subject or in any subject is treated as genius, and the students who fail the subject not so much, there are expectations attached to maths. The result is this, the mathematics anxiety.
There is such a thing, yes. It causes physical symptoms and behavioral problems in class. It also damages a child's learning ability. The fear of marks leads to low grades and then develops into avoidance of marks and finally result in a math deficit.
But there is a solution for this problem. To pass the problem of maths, teachers, students and parents need to put in equal amount of practices and works. Experts say that maths need to be shown as a learnable subject.
And teachers should teach the subject in more creative way.
Motivate students, not put down wrong answers.
And give young children open-ended problems.
As the students must ask more questions.
And avoid panicking.
Focus on concepts and not in exams.
Parents need to keep in mind that every child learns his or her own pace. And so do not overwhelm your child with expectation, and so don't stress on grades.
And take inspirations from the great mathematicians of India and overcome the fear of maths.